All right, what is up, everybody? Shadow Scout 0013 here, reporting in for another list build. Today, I'm going to go over the A501st list, or two, depending on how you want to change it up, and kind of, do what I can to make a good Anakin 501st. We'll just kind of see. We're kind of limited because they're very expensive units, but we'll get straight to it. So go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and comment below with maybe other 501st lists that y'all have come up with, because, I'm not struggling to come up with a 501st list with Anakin, but it's kind of difficult in some way. So I'll kind of explain what I've come up with, and, we can go from there. If you haven't already, go ahead and head to theburnacademy.com and subscribe to get 3, 4, 5, 6 day week workouts, video descriptions of stuff, and, all the help you need, for example, meal plans. And then if you haven't already, you can go to the Discord channel, and I don't have it up, but you can go to my Discord channel. Link is down below, and help me with lists and, talk about lists, and I'll look over them as well. All right, so we'll go ahead and get straight to it. So with the 501st, it's kind of weird. You have to add support. So I know that they're referencing that battle Umbara, I think. And they really kind of probably want you to bring an ATST or ATRT or so. But since we have to include them, I'm going to include bark speeders because they're going to be cheap, and they could be little harassment, units that can just go to the side and flank anything. We got to have our commander. And so we're going to go with Anakin on this one. And with Anakin, so my thoughts on Anakin is, with his command cards, permanent, he gains outmaneuver and relentless, which is going to make him really good and strong, being able to use dodges to cancel crits, because he'll get exemplar and reliable too, which will give him, 2 search tokens and being able to share them. And then with his 2-pip, he's going to gain defend 1, which is going to automatically give him the dodge. You don't need situational awareness on him, because when you give him his 1-pip, he's going to be able to outmaneuver it. So he's going to become pretty tanky. And then Master of the Force, there's just, things that you have to do in order to use them. So with his 3-pip, if he's not at range 1 or 2 of a friendly unit, he gains a suppression token. So you can use this, but you got to make sure that he's in range 1 to 2. So there's stipulations there. And then for here, you underestimate my power. At the end of his activation, if he did not perform an attack, he gains a suppression. Okay, so now another way to counter this is to kind of maybe go last with that one. If you don't want to attack, but you want Master of the Force and defend 1, then maybe you just go last with him, don't attack, take that suppression, and then at the end of the turn, that suppression will go away. So he doesn't have anything. We can also equip him with endurance to make sure that the suppression goes away, just in case any of that stuff happens. And then right here, if he was not the first friendly unit to activate during the current round, he gains a suppression token. So you want him to go first at that point. So with him, with all of this suppression and everything that we can, with the training slots, I'm going to go ahead and give him endurance to make sure that he removes that suppression, and then tenacity to give him 6 red dice to attack with, since he only has 5 naturally, and it's impact 3, pierce 3, so we want more dice if we can. And then for force, he's only going to have Master of the Force 1, so I think force push would be good. Saber throw, since he doesn't have a ranged attack, would also be good. I don't know how much you're planning on using him for that, but with relentless, you might as well go ahead and have saber throw. So that's how I would equip him. If there's anything that we need to take out, that we have to take out, it would probably be tenacity. All right. So we also have to have special forces. And also, when we look at the command cards for the battle force, let's see, where'd they go? So lead from the front and tactical planning. So when building a command card or a command hand, treat this as though if it has 2 pips. So after a friendly commander is issued in order by this card, choose 3 other friendly units that are within. So they have to be, all of them have to be within range 1 of the commander unit. So each of those units will gain an aim or dodge. So maybe if we go ahead and add a clone commander, that one would probably be a lot easier to do, especially since, the direct clone, maybe you have a clone trooper that's already going to start close next to you. So you'd be able to give them an order, and then hopefully be able to all give them a dodge or an aim. And we'll explore different list ideas for that as well. We also have to have our special forces and core. But again, if we go back to the command hand and look with the tactical planning, support or special forces are really going to benefit from this. And if we look at the 3-pip, again, special forces are going to benefit a lot from this because they're going to be given the order, I should say. And then core units, as well. But how many core units do we really want to use when we can take 4 different special forces, which will make this one, a lot more powerful, because then you're just returning order tokens to their hand if they have some out. So we'll go ahead and go with these. Now, you're not allowed to have ARC Trooper strike teams unless you have a full unit of ARCs. So you can't just go with strike teams. So we'll go with the ARCs. Let's go with 2 of them. All right. And with one of them, I'm definitely going to go ahead and put Echo. And then with the other one, the generic at the moment. And then now we can have a strike team, or 2 if you wanted them. Let's try it. Let's try 2 and see what we get. And then for the battle force, luckily, we only need 1 of these. So you can have 9 activations, and you'd be able to put, 5s on there. Whoops. And let's see if we moved 5s up here, move this down here. That'll kind of give us a little better view of everything. So your clone commander can give a core trooper unit an order, and then 5s can direct just any clone trooper. So maybe he can give Echo an order. So you have a little bit of, orders out on the field. You wouldn't be able to give Anakin that order. He'd have to give his own order or pull from the bag. But this is 9 activations, 797. You really don't have very many upgrades, but at least you have pretty much heavies on every one. You've got some cool strike teams. Maybe if you wanted, you could take away a strike team and just go with another generic clone. And then if you needed to, you could probably take off, and then put either some upgrades somewhere else on these guys, maybe put vigilance on the commander. You've got, a lot more stuff you can do. Maybe if you just wanted a regular clone trooper unit or phase 2 clone trooper with them, you can go with that. I don't know if you guys like strike teams or not, but at least this is giving you a little bit more fuller units. So you can actually make sure that you're not going to die as fast. You don't take as many hits. So at least you have, 1 more HP. So 5 total hit points in that total unit with still 8 more points left to use. So I'm sure that you could give, Echo an extra prepared supplies or anything like that. But that's just what I think a good 501st list would do, because again, with the bark speeders, you have 2 of them, so you can kind of go around onto the side and get in fast, since they're going to be speed 3, since they don't have an extra gunner. They don't have to decrease their speed. That'll get, hopefully a few units with suppression and thinned out before Anakin has to get there. Your clone commander can stay with the phase 2s, and then obviously your ARC troopers can kind of go with Anakin and support Anakin. That's really kind of the only thing that I can think of, and that would do. And these guys are really long range. So at least with all of this long range right here, you're able to protect Anakin big time. Because again, you have your bark speeders, you have your long range, you have, 5 pretty long range units, because with the speed 3, you're going to be able to get in pretty far. And then they've got range 1 to 3. So you can do a lot before Anakin has to get in there. But yeah, that is my version of it. Let's see, with commands again. So definitely I would take all of Anakin's command cards for sure. And then this is where it kind of gets tricky. So if you wanted the 501st, one of the 501st cards, I think because you've got 2, if we went with this one, you have really thin core units. So maybe you give the clone commander the order, and then hopefully these 2, if not also Echo or someone is around, you can give all of them an aim or dodge. If not, just go with the tactical planning. And then from there, you could probably go with, synchronized offensive to be able to give your bark speeder in order if they're not too far away, and then they can choose another friendly trooper unit at range 1 or 2 of it to give it an order, and then your clone commander can give out an order to one of the clone troopers. So you're not getting full order control, but you do have at least more orders out on the field. And then for your 3 pips, I think this one wouldn't be that bad. You do have leaders of the 501st, but I would say that everyone's courage too. So you might not need this at all unless you're probably going up against Blizzard Force. Then probably maybe, but then even then they've got a card that'll prevent you from doing too much. So I would probably at least go with the Attack of the Clones just to be safe. I would go with intercept the transmissions. I'd go with key positions. You could go with recover the supplies because of force push and because everyone over here has got scout. So the ARC troopers are going to have scout 2, and then maybe you go with advanced positions. And then you could go with hostage exchange because you've got a little padded trooper here and they'd have courage 3, so they'd really be able to get going. And then, yeah, your other guys could get in quick. Surround the other ones. Surround the other hostage unit and take them out. Advanced positions I would take because you really want to get in close. Maybe you want to go with battle lines. Major offensive, and you do have, the ability to have vehicles. So they're going to be out here, but the problem is that, the CIS will definitely have their tank out, or, you might have another ATSD out here that'll get in quick. It just depends on if you guys like that or not. If not, I wouldn't go with danger close. You could. Anakin's going to be good at close range. Yeah. Let's go with rollout. Then condition. You've got such long range. I would not go with limited visibility if possible. Clear conditions wouldn't be that bad. Fortified positions again to protect those clones. Again, supply drop, and then probably hostile environment, just because the fact that you do have a good amount of courage in everyone. They're at least all courage too. And then you do have bark speeders that don't care about suppression at all either. All right, so that is my 501st Anakin list. So I'll go ahead and save this. If you haven't already, go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to try to come out with a droid one next. And then I had a request for Sabine and Mando. And I will try to, but the problem is with Mando, we don't know a lot of the other command cards or upgrades that he has. So it's going to be really hard to do that. But it'd be really, cool concept to just try to do what we have, what we know, even though we wouldn't be able to do the command cards. But let me know if y'all want to see that as well. And like I said, go ahead and go to the Discord, check that out, and, go ahead and submit lists on there that you like or have questions about. We've been talking about them already on there. And go ahead and visit birdacademy.com for your own little personal trainer in your pocket. But all right, guys, may the force be with you, and I'll catch you guys later.